really advanced ones or something, I might not get it. But let me try one other thing.
Okay, great.
Briefly, and then I will do it. You can save locations so that if you don't feel like coming out in zooming out on the map and zooming in on the map or searching to find things, instead you can define a preset location. On the left side, there's a choice called Saved Locations. There's a little plus sign next to it, and if you click on that, you can give a location a name. And so I'm going to call this Mono Lake. And you can put them in various folders. So if you wanted to give, let's say, talks about traveling, you could organize your talk into the various locations you'd like to speak about. Maybe I have a folder called Iceland, and then I create locations for each of the general shooting locations around the country that I want to try to talk you into visiting, and then I can quickly get to them. So first navigate to the part of the map you want to save. Then I hit the plus button next to Saved Locations, and I can give that location a name and put it in a particular folder. Then if I click Create, I'm going to see a circle and two gray pins. The middle gray pin would allow me to move the generic area that is considered to be this location. The other gray pin would allow me to change the size of the circle so that if I were to choose that location, I can then see how many photos were taken in that location. So if I put this so it encompasses all of Mono Lake, but not the other stuff around it, because there are other locations. There's a place called Bodie that's nearby here, and I might not want to include those photos in the same thing. So here it tells me Mono Lake. 4 photos are there. And if I want to go to that, let me first zoom out and go somewhere else. I want to go there. All I do is I come here to this saved location. There's a little arrow next to it. Click that, and it's going to bring me right to that location. And it'll make sure the entire circle that I've defined is within view. And so that could be useful if you want to talk about particular locations, or if you're doing location research for where you want to go shooting upcoming. And so you can say, I'm going to go visit Seattle. And so you can have it saved as Seattle, and within that, various locations you want. And you can save as many of those as you want.
I thought this really interesting question came up, which was from Photomarsh, who said, if you use this feature, won't all of your photos come up when you Google a specific subject, like seascapes in California?
Won't it come up? Do you mean if I publish it on something like Flickr and other things, where it's on the internet then? Or?
I think they mean if you geotag your images when you Google that place, will your images come up in the Google search of images?
No.
Okay.
Because this is not uploading your picture to the internet. This is a Google map, but it's just ingesting that map to show it to you. Your pictures are on your machine, and I don't believe they're being uploaded to the internet. If you do upload your images to the internet, you have the choice if it should include that data or not. When we talk about exporting, there'll be an area that talks about how much metadata do you want to export. And you remember metadata is information about your picture that's not the picture itself. Well, GPS location would be one of those. And there's a way when you export your images that you can strip that off of your files so people can't tell where you took it. So, I think that happened to, who was it? I can't remember what kind of person it was. Somebody running from the law posted a picture of himself taken on somebody's cell phone to say, I'm still alive and well, and it had geo-tagged information on it, and so now the authorities knew exactly the house he was in. And then instantly, just about, he retracted something and said, I was just doing that to throw off authorities. And it's like, what? And then he got caught. So, yeah, there is a way to strip that information off when you export your pictures. Right? Other questions?
Yeah. One from R. Williams Photo. Can you adjust the location of the images after you've set them the first time?
Yeah, you can. If you zoom up, and let's say I figured out where the gum wall was. Maybe I went on Google, and let's see if you find it. I doubt it, but gum wall. San Luis. See if I spelled that right. Oh, it didn't find it. It didn't zoom up. But I could do a Google search for gum wall San Luis address or something, and I might find it. Then I could search for that address in here. But let's say that I did learn that I put